Excuse me. What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is review for Games People Play, Season 1, Episode 3. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hope you like this video. All my social media is in the description box. Don't forget, this is Teacher Appreciation / Nurse Appreciation Week. Hug a teacher, send them a gift card, send a nurse in your life some thanks. It's a hard work. Anyway, it's a hard job, I should say. Anyway, so this episode, we starting to get into some interesting territory with these storylines, okay? I'm just going to go through the characters. I'm not going to do this in any particular order. But Marcus and Vanessa are doing couples counseling. Remember last week, he was like, whatever you want me to do to make this work, that's what I'm willing to do. And she was like, well, I want us to go to counseling. So he agreed to go to counseling. So they're actually in counseling with a bishop. They don't really get into it, but I guess he's supposed to be like a T.D. Jakes type character, you know, heavyset black guy with a beard, you know. And, you know, she starts off basically talking about, you know, my husband cheated on me, you know, he betrayed our marriage, you know, and he was like, well, the bishop, you know, was like, well, what do you want? And she was like, you know, I want to be happy, you know, I want to be happy. I want my, you know, I want what I signed up for. Basically, when I was getting married, I signed up, I thought I was getting this, and that's what I want. And he, and then it gets to a point where Marcus sort of breaks down and, you know, he says, I love my wife, you know, I don't know why I keep getting tempted. And then he talks about the pressure he's under. He was like, you know, I'm not trying to whine and do a woe is me, you know, poor little rich athlete. He was like, but there is a lot of pressure on me. I'm on this new team. If I do anything wrong, if I miss a shot, if I don't get the rebound, then all of a sudden is he a bust? You know, I can't seem, as much as I love my wife, I can't seem to do right. I can't seem to make this marriage work. I do love her. I just keep, he ain't cursed, but, you know, I keep fucking up, you know, and, you know, it's easy to be like, whatever, you still need to, you know, that's your wife and you should be, you know, but then the flip side is, okay, I kind of get it, you know, not that it makes it okay or excuses him cheating on his wife, but anyway, so they're doing the counseling thing. So then we see Layla. Layla is the golden goddess girl, you know, the internet girl. She's on a video shoot, you know, twerking for the video, trying to pay them bills. And she hooks up with the little girl next to her, little Susie Q, little stick thing, don't know how to twerk. So they get to talking or whatever. And basically they find out that they have the same manager. Now at first, I thought this was a setup. At first, I thought Susie Q was the setup, was, you know, yeah, girl, you know, I got this gig, and was going to set little Miss Layla up. But then as the episode went on, Susie Q was green. And she not the conniving person that I kind of thought she was at the beginning. She tells her, look, you know, I got a gig that'll pay us 2 G's for an overnight stay at some big ballers. You know, we just got to go party, look cute. And Layla was like, look, I don't know, because, you know, I ain't trying to do no sex thing or nothing. She was like, nah, I didn't even like that. We just got to go look cute. You know, it is what it is. So they get all gussied up. Like I said, I'm not going in no particular order, so I'm going to just break this shit down. They get all gussied up, and they find out it's a party in Lake Tahoe. So the limo takes them to Lake Tahoe, and they're there, and when they get there, it's a whole scene going on, right? It's all kinds of women. They got the woman laying on the table with the food all over her. You know, you've seen those before. They got people smoking weed. They got the people drinking. I mean, it's just a whole scene. It's a whole party. Now, they have to stay for 6 hours. So, one of the guys, they have an accent. I don't want to just assume, be ignorant and say that, but it sounds like an African accent. And I know that Africa's a continent, not a country, but they don't specify nothing, okay? But I think that's the insinuation, is that they're from some African country. And the guy basically lets Layla know, look, you know, I like you. And his little sidekick comes over and says, hey, my boss likes you. And she was like, okay, tell him thank you. He was like, look, we about to head to the casino. But why don't y'all hang out here when we get back? You're going to hook my boy up. And she was like, oh, no, you got me misunderstood. No sex. He said, that ain't what we paid for. She said, well, that's what I paid for. Well, you know, he said, no, those aren't the arrangements that I made. She said, well, those are the arrangements that I made. And so he goes back over there and tells his boss ain't happy about it, and they leave. They go to the casino, but they giving them the looks on their way out the door like, Now, mind you, the other girls got paid. They didn't get paid. So they're hanging around waiting. And, finally, Susie is like, look, I ain't really feeling this. Layla was like, look, girl, let's go. She said, without getting paid, Layla was like, do it look like we about to get paid? So then Layla starts looking around like, because they had seen money and all that. Like, it was clear that these dudes were some ballers. So she said, look, I ain't leaving empty-handed, though. So they proceed to look around the room. They find some weed. They find some pills or whatever. So Layla decides that she going to charge up a bunch of shit on their bill. She ordered 4 cases of, like, the most expensive champagne. They got a rental car. They done bought shit out the damn store at the hotel. Like, all of this stuff. And roll out. Right? Now, what made you think these boys, these dudes, weren't going to come looking for you? Like, I don't care how much money somebody has. Nobody wants to be played for a fool. Now, they paid for some sex. You didn't think you was going to show up to give them no sex. But you don't get to just steal they shit. I don't know how much she charged up on their bill. But poor little Susie Q was like, I don't know about this. I don't have a good feeling about this. And Layla asked, just a girl, whatever. We going to get this money. We going to do this. We going to do that. And then she, of course, now she on the internet bragging about it. Because, of course, she trying to get her numbers up. And the boys find her. Now, Roxanne, the manager, is calling them. They not answering the phone. Old boy find her on the internet. They were like, yeah, that's her. That's her. So she hits Marcus up and was like, look, I need you to buy this champagne up off me. And I know you're going to do it or else. So Marcus was like, look, I don't want to have nothing to do with you because I love my wife. She was like, I don't give a damn who you love. You gonna buy this damn champagne off of me. Because her thing was, that's how I'm getting paid. Like, you ain't want to pay me. You ain't want to give me my 2 G's. So I'm going to take my 2 G's. I understood where her mindset was. However, those didn't look like dudes you might want to play that game with. And what looks like is going to probably end up happening because at the end of the episode, they hitting her up on her Instagram like, you got something that belongs to me and I know who you are. So the last person she texted was Marcus King. And it looked like her butt might end up, dead. And then the trail is going to lead back to Marcus King. Why is that important? Because the other chick that's dead, the last phone call she made was to Marcus King. And the police have that phone record. Now, Marcus think his wife killed the girl, right? And Kareem, his best friend, was like, you want me to ask her? Like, you think she did it? You want me to ask her if she did it? He was like, you can't just ask somebody, did they murder somebody? He was like, plus she don't like you. But he thinks she did it. And she knows he thinks she did it. You know what I'm saying? They got the league involved because, the league is like, the league is like basically gonna cover their own ass. You know how that goes. But they basically trying to figure out what's what and who's who. And Marcus is like, look, we ain't had nothing to do with it. Like, and she didn't admit to the league lady. She admitted to her friend. She admitted to Nia. I'll get back to Nia in a minute. But she admitted to Nia, yeah, I beat her up, but I ain't kill her. Like, yeah, I caught her in bed with my husband. So yeah, I lost it. And I beat her ass. I beat his ass too. But I didn't kill nobody. So that's that storyline. Okay, now let's get back to Nia. Nia's the best friend, remember? And Nia got scooped. So she's worried about losing her job because she was like, I tried to talk to my girl, and let my girl know what was going on, and I ended up getting scooped, and now I might lose my job. So her boss comes through, and her boss was like, yeah, so I saw that you got scooped. So I did a little research, and I found out that you and little Miss Sunshine, Vanessa, y'all go way back. She said, are y'all line sisters or just chapter sisters? She was like, we're line sisters. She said, well, luckily for you, I'm a Gamma too. So they're all in the same sorority. She was like, so I'm not going to fire you this time. She said, but please know that next time, choose me. I said, oh boy, so you have been warned. So she ends up keeping her job, all that good stuff. So she's talking to her boyfriend, remember, he's still back in New York. And she's letting him know what's what and all that. And he was like, well, New York just ain't for everybody, baby. And that's why I ain't moved to New York. That's why, LA with you. That's why I stay here, just in case you needed a fallback. She was like, so what you saying is you ain't think I was going to make it. That's not what I'm saying, boo. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, that, I ain't want you to put all your eggs in one basket. That's why I stayed here, so you be good if you needed to come back. She was like, no, that's what you're saying. You saying that you really didn't have any faith that this was going to work for me. And so she's kind of in her feelings and she mad at him about that. I see his point, but I see her point too. You know what I'm saying? I kind of see where both of them are coming from in that, you know. But that ain't the only reason why your ass ain't moved to LA. But anyway, so later on in the episode, her and Nia make up. I mean, her and Vanessa make up. You know, they both were kind of like, well, I thought you were mad at me. Well, I thought you were mad at me. And she was like, girl, I know you had to do what you had to do. Like, I really didn't want to write that story. You know, I wouldn't have tipped you off if that's how I was trying to roll. You know, but, you know, it did kind of put me in a bad situation. But it worked out for both of us. So it is what it is. And that's when Vanessa let her know, look, they think I did this. Like, they think I killed that chick. And I didn't. I beat her ass, but I didn't kill her. And so she says, well, look, don't you still have your, you know, I guess Nia has an ex-boyfriend that's a cop in LA. And she said, you know, can you reach out to him and maybe, you know, talk to him and see if we need, well, actually, I couldn't tell if he was a cop or a lawyer, because on one hand it sounded like he was a lawyer, but on the other hand it sounded, maybe he's a lawyer but has connections in the LAPD. Anyway, I'm sure y'all will clear me up in the comments. Let me know. But neither here nor there, Nia reaches out to him, and he is beautiful. Oh, he's a nice, tall, oh, he's beautiful. That was a beautiful man. But, of course, they get to talking, and he was like, look, I got your back, and I got your back, which means I got her back. You know, don't worry about it. I'll check some things out. I'll kind of let you know what's what. The league also sort of has a little plant in the department that's kind of trying to find out what they know and what they don't know, like what's what and who's who. But while they're out to dinner, while Nia goes out with the cop / lawyer, question mark, they get the flirting and reminiscing and all that good stuff. And her boyfriend calls. Eric, look, you know, he shoots his shot. He calls. She don't answer the phone, so you know where that's going. Y'all know that's about to go down a little rocky road. So that's Nia. All right, Kareem. Now, Kareem came clean with Marcus and let Marcus know, old boy is trying to shake you down. I caught him. We don't have to worry about him anymore. He was like, but he's starting to prey on the next big thing coming up out the neighborhood, and I'm a little nervous about it. And, you know, Marcus's thing was, well, better him than me. Like, I'm glad I'm done with him, and, you know, he can move on to the next one. So we see Kareem go visit his mom, who is played by Vanessa Bell Calloway, my girl. And, you know, he's basically asking her about, you know, this new prospect. Girl, his mama house looked like a shrine to him. Poor thing. He was like, Mom, you can really put some of this stuff away. She was like, everybody need to know who you were. And I think when she said word, I kind of hit him here somewhere. So, but he ends up asking her about the little prospect in the neighborhood. And she was like, well, I can get you in touch with him. She was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, because old boy is, you know, kind of praying on him like he prayed on me. And I don't really want to see him go down the road I went with old boy. Because, what's his name? I don't remember the man's name. But you know, the dude that was trying to shake them down, right? So he ends up hooking up with the boy, with the basketball star, and the old coach, you know, runs up on them like, look, you gonna stay away, because of course the coach is looking for a come up, and he see him as the next NBA prospect. So he got mad when he saw Kareem, you know, trying to talk to him and everything. And I really think Kareem's intentions were pure. I really think he was like, look, you need to stay away from him. You know, I'll give you some pointers and look out for you, but you need to stay away from him because he really didn't mean me no harm. Like, he really is not a good dude. And all this is going on. They get to arguing, and the basketball star is like, look, I don't belong to either one of y'all asses. Like, I don't know what this is, but I ain't got nothing to do with none of this. And then Kareem's ex-girlfriend, LaQuisha, Shalolo Key, I don't know. She comes rolling up, and the two of them, look, I ain't gonna get into all. They get the arguing. The old coach, he rolls out, but he kind of gives him that threatening, like, you know, you better stay out my business type situation. And next thing you know, Kareem and the ex-girlfriend in the back of the Suburban having sex, and she wearing his ass out too. But I'm sure that that's going to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's going to be some more to that. Now, what do the cops know? The cops have a time of death. The cops have the phone record. And they're kind of leaning towards Marcus a little bit. I think they believe Marcus is involved. Maybe not particularly sure who's who and what's what, but they definitely feel like Marcus is involved in that. And so, like I said, it looks like um, Nia's character. I don't know if she's gonna get murdered, but something's definitely going to happen to her, and I think they're going to try to link it back to Marcus rather than these dudes that she done burnt. You know what I'm saying? She done ran a cape on one. That's pretty much what went down in this episode. I think I covered pretty much most of the hot spots. But some of these storylines, like that whole storyline with Nia and her robbing the Africans, I don't know about where that's going. And, and I don't want to sound ignorant. So their accent sounded like a different accent to y'all. I'm sure y'all gonna let me know in them comments. But neither here nor there. Her burning them, that's not going to be a good move for her. Not at all. But anyway, that's kind of how the whole thing went down, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.